Not all Chicago suburbs are created equal. Some have starter homes with great transit access, while others provide million-dollar estates on quiet wooded acres. But if you're house hunting in Chicago's southwest suburbs, you're probably overwhelmed by all the options. And choosing the wrong suburb could cost you tens of thousands or even years of your family's happiness. Luckily, I can help you with all that. In this video, I'm going to rank 8 of Chicago's southwest suburbs from worst to best, so you know exactly where to focus your search in 2025. All right, let's get into it. Okay, first of all, I'm going to clarify now that all of the suburbs that I talk about today and the ones that are on the lower end, none of them are objectively bad. I personally live in the suburbs that I'm going to rank towards the lower end. I had to put them somewhere in the list, so you just need a good strategy if you're considering moving here, and that's what this video is going to do to help. So let's start with the suburbs that give you the best value but require some trade-offs. These are your entry-level communities where you can get into without breaking the bank. First up is going to be Tinley Park, a suburb that I've personally lived and coming in at number 8 on our list today. This community has the most affordable entry point with a median home price of $315,000. Now, before you think I'm being harsh by putting it in the D tier, let me explain why this makes sense. Tinley Park has around 266 active listings with an average of 51 days on market. Compare that to some of the other communities we'll talk about later, where homes are selling in under 30 days. You could see why buyers have more time to think here. The longer market times tell us something important about demand. What Tinley Park does have going for it is that it's a bustling metro station for downtown Chicago commuters. If you're someone who needs to get to the Loop regularly, the transit access here is huge. The revitalized downtown area brings you dining and entertainment options that weren't there a year ago. The Harmony Square project and special events throughout the year show that this community is investing in its future. And of course, the affordable entry point can't be beat, nor the conventional rail access, which makes commuting manageable, and the growing mixed-use developments that show momentum in the community. However, higher density usually means less space between homes. Those longer market times indicate that slower appreciation, and you probably won't find many large lot options here. But how's the vibe around here? The animated downtown area frequently hosts community festivals, and you'll find a mix of mid-century homes alongside newer housing developments here. Overall, Tinley Park is best suited for young professionals and first-time homebuyers who want transit-oriented living. Moving on to number 7, we have Mokena, another suburb that I've lived in, with a median home price of $400,000. This community gets recognition for its Lincoln Way Central schools, which consistently rank among the top rated in the region. Here's what's interesting about Mokena. Around 75% of the homes will sell within 30 days, which is much faster than Tinley Park. The 2.3% property tax rate is reasonable for the area, and you're getting those great schools in District 159, which speak for themselves. The downtown district on Front Street also maintains that small town charm, and if you're into that, the annual farmers market runs from May through October. And the well-maintained parks in Mokena deliver plenty of family activities. And stick with me throughout this video, because later I'll show you how some of the higher tier suburbs take this small town charm to the next level. Now, the challenge with Mokena is limited luxury new build inventory. So if you're looking for that brand new construction with all the latest finishes, you might have your options limited here. Then the average inventory turnover is decent but not exceptional compared to higher tier communities. Families who want small town feel with strong school performance can look into Mokena as a really good option. The only reason me and my wife moved out of Mokena is because we couldn't find a house that we wanted in the time frame we were moving, but we did end up in a suburb right next door. So it wasn't the area as so much as the inventory, which speaks to what we talked about a little bit ago. Now let's move up to the C tier suburbs, where we start seeing more balanced areas. But before we do, make sure to subscribe to this channel right now. Why? Because I bring you analysis, ranks, deep dives, and tours like these all the time. If you're into the market data, a suburb lifestyle, or need some help relocating here, I'm sure I can help you. I hope to see you come back to the channel. Okay, coming in at number 6 is New Lenox. The median home price here is around $420,000. This area shows strong investment potential with appreciation rates between 5 and 7.8% depending on the source. This signals that your equity should be growing nicely over time. New Lenox has a 96% graduation rate in the Lincoln Way School District 210, which is impressive by any standard. Strong school programs here keep families engaged. It's extremely similar to our B and A tier suburbs that I'll talk about in a minute. With a population of over 28,000 residents, you got the perfect balance where it's not too small but not too big either. The Village Commons new project is bringing new energy, and the future I-80 corridor improvements should benefit this area significantly. When those improvements come through, we could see even better appreciation and more commercial development. However, if we're talking about cons, the 30-mile commute to downtown Chicago is something to think about. Not only that, but some resales on larger lot are approaching 20 years old. So skip that if new construction is really what you're looking for. But here's where things get interesting. At number 5, we have Glen with a median home price of $520,000. The 2.62% property tax rate on the Cook County portion is somewhat reasonable for what you're getting relative to other areas. The community stands out for its commitment to open space with over 1,000 acres of preserved land. The Messenger Marsh Nature Preserve alone covers 600 acres. Centennial Park and the extensive trail network make this a paradise for outdoor enthusiasts. The countryside kind of feels like a retreat, and you've got active park district programs to keep families busy. That's why it's best suited for outdoor enthusiasts and families who want open, natural space. And stick around if you love outdoors, because I'll be covering some more amazing places like Palos Park and Lemont next. The higher price range does put it out of reach for some buyers, and you're also looking at longer city commutes for people who are traveling into downtown Chicago every day. But let's move on to our B and A tiers, where you'll find some of the best suburbs in my opinion. Landing at number 4 is Frankfort. With a median home price of $500,000, this area just experienced a 13.6% year-over-year gain in value, which is exceptional in today's market. Schools here are top-notch. Hickory Creek Middle School ranks in the top 11 statewide, and Lincoln Way East High School comes in at number 9 among Illinois high schools. When you're paying $500,000 for a home, you want to know the schools can back up that price point. The downtown community events throughout the summer create a very engaging place to live. There's an active chamber of commerce that supports local businesses, and Fall Fest brings the community together each year. The Park District also keeps families entertained, much like the other areas we've spoken about. The historic downtown charm dates back to the 1800s, if you're into that kind of thing. And it's great that this steady appreciation protects your investments. So overall, Frankfort's a great place for upscale families who want premium housing with strong school recognition. This is similar to some areas we'll talk about next, so keep watching. You should be aware, though, of the price point that jumps significantly from lower tier communities. Also, limited entry-level options, which might price some people out of Frankfort. All right, at number 3, we have Palos Park. This community keeps things intimate with around 4,700 residents. This creates a low-density environment that many families are craving. The median home price here is around $515,000, a little bit higher than our last suburb. The middle school performance here ranks in the top 4% in Illinois, which is absolutely phenomenal. You're getting an exceptional education in a setting that feels more like a private retreat than a typical suburb. That's because winding creeks flow through the community, and serene wooded lots create such a peaceful atmosphere for homeowners here. You've also got some cool dining options along the Grange Road for convenient entertainment, but you'll see how this kind of peaceful setting meets a more active vibe in one of our top tier suburbs. Among the pros of Palos Park, we could mention the retreat-like setting with trees throughout, architectural variety that keeps the streetscapes interesting, and the strong schools that maintain property values. Then the cons are basically that a smaller population really limits your retail options, and commuting via I-55 or I-57 can be challenging during rush hour. That's why empty nesters and established professionals who want privacy and quiet really fit into Palos Park. But if you want to see luxury, our A-tier suburbs are where buyers are heading when they have the budget to match their vision. All right, now we're getting into the A-tier suburbs. I'm really excited about these areas because they're very interesting and the markets are great. These are the communities that serious buyers with bigger budgets are targeting for their combination of location, amenities, and lifestyle. Coming in at number 2 on our list is going to be Lemont, with a median home price of $555,000, which is actually similar to that number 1 on our list. This place shows its appeal with an 87% home ownership rate, an active household income of over $125,000. The ownership rate is a really good indicator of how much people enjoy living here, and the 12.8% year-over-year appreciation tells us buyers are willing to pay premium prices to live here. I'll show you exactly why buyers who want architectural diversity and outdoor recreation opportunities would really like Lemont. First, Lemont Bromberg School District 113 ranks in the top 30% statewide. Then, the historic I&M Canal location provides character that you just can't find in newer developments. The Forge Adventure Park and zip lines give you a unique recreational attraction right in your backyard. If you enjoy shopping, the quaint downtown vibe features unique shops with a beautiful, cozy vibe. Not only that, but solid commuter rail access keeps downtown Chicago within reach. We do have some cons though. You've got limited entry-level stock, meaning fewer options under $400,000. Entry-level listings under $400,000 are actually less than 10% of Lemont's active inventory of over 125 homes. Last, the median listing age is rising to 21 days, meaning houses are staying on the market for over 20 days. Nevertheless, Lemont is a top-tier suburb right below our number 1, which brings us to Grange as our number 1 southwest suburb. This incredible place has a median home price of $560,000, and it shows its appeal with 96% of homes selling under 30 days. The median household income of $155,000 tells you the caliber of residents this community attracts. Life here looks like this. The numerous boutiques and eateries in the beautiful downtown create that urban-suburban mix that many families dream about. The highly walkable downtown district also eliminates the need for constant driving. You've also got farmers markets with fresh local produce, and events like the annual craft fair and pet parade, which are true community traditions. Then, just 14 miles from downtown Chicago, you get the best of both worlds, because LaGrange also has easy metro options, keeping the city within reach. The not-so-great side of LaGrange has to do with the premium pricing, which puts it at the top of most budgets. High competition often creates multiple offer scenarios. It can be really cutthroat trying to find a house here and get it under contract. But that speaks to the desirability and demand for this area. So there you have it. 8 Southwest Chicago suburbs rank from the affordable starter communities to the premium lifestyle destinations. There's literally a perfect fit for every family and every budget here. Remember this though, the best suburb for you depends on your specific priorities, your budget, and your lifestyle preferences. Before you move, include the elements in your research like flood risks, weather challenges, HOAs, or state-specific taxes, and things like that. And don't forget, I'm here to help. If you're ready to stop guessing and start making smart moves in the Chicago suburbs, I want to help you build something bigger than just buying a house. My team and I create a personalized strategy and actually listen to you and what your wants and needs are to get you a deal on a home. Shoot me an email at john@syntagerealestate.com and let's talk. And you're definitely going to like this video if you're still curious about the suburbs here. In it, I share a lot of insights about the lifestyle and cool things to do. It'll 100% help you make a better choice. I'll see you on the next video. Take care.